Hey, friend. Welcome to the Hearts Hello Show. This is a space where we stop pretending everything is fine and start telling the truth about what it actually takes to grow. Because the reality is, life will stretch you. It will challenge your mindset, test your character, and reveal the places where what you say you believe and how you actually live don't always match. And that's where the real work begins. So here we talk about authenticity, faith, personal responsibility, relationships, and the internal alignment required to become who you were created to be. So wherever you are right now, take a breath, slow down, and let's have the conversation your heart has been waiting for. Hey, can I ask you to do something with me? Not physically, mentally. See, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're standing in front of a beautiful old door, the kind of door that makes you wonder what could possibly be on the other side. Maybe it's made of wood, maybe it's painted your favorite color, maybe it's worn from years of people walking through it before you. Whatever it looks like, just picture it. Now imagine you reach for the handle. You turn it, but it doesn't open. So you try again, still nothing. So naturally, you begin looking for a key. Now, here's the question I want us to sit with today. How would you know if you picked up the right key? All right, heart seekers, we are in season 4. And I have been waiting for this conversation, not because I have all the answers, but because I think we're getting ready to ask better questions. You know, one of the things that I love about this community is that we've never pretended this journey was about perfection. It's never been about me standing on one side saying, I figured everything out. It's always felt like we are walking side by side. And sometimes one of us sees something first, sometimes the other does. But every week we keep walking. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that that's exactly what the Heart's Hello has become. It's a journey, not a destination. So over the last 3 years, we've talked about so many different things. Some weeks we've laughed, some weeks we've cried, some weeks we sat with questions that didn't have immediate answers. Some weeks challenged us, or some weeks, if we admit we weren't ready yet. And do you know what I realized? None of it was random. Not one conversation, not one season, not one lesson. See, every single one was adding something to our lives. Maybe not something we could see right away, but something we could eventually carry. And that's what brought me here. See, over the last few weeks, we've been talking about doors, testing doors, recognizing which doors are for us, understanding that not every opportunity deserves a yes. And as I sat thinking about where we were headed next, I kept coming back to one question. What makes something a key? Because we say it all the time. That's the key. Here's the key to success, the key to happiness. But have we ever stopped long enough to ask what actually makes something a key? Because if I handed you a key right now, it wouldn't mean anything. You wouldn't know what it belongs to. You wouldn't know where it fits. You wouldn't know what it opens by itself, right? It's just a key. It only becomes valuable when it's connected to something. And I wonder, how many things have we been carrying through life that we never recognized because we didn't know what they were connected to? Maybe that's why some of us keep looking for something new. See, when I think about human-centered compliance, people often hear the word compliance and they immediately think about rules, policies, regulation, checking boxes, making sure you did what you were told. But that's never been a definition. See, human compliance has always been about alignment. It's about being so aligned with who you were created to be that your decisions naturally begin to reflect that alignment. Not because someone is forcing you, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you've become someone different. And here's what I've realized, that alignment doesn't happen because someone hands you the answer. Alignment happens because life keeps giving you opportunities to become. And every time you become, you pick up something. Sometimes it's wisdom. Sometimes it's discernment or patience or courage. And sometimes it's the confidence to finally use your voice or the ability to say no without feeling guilty. Sometimes it's learning to forgive or learning to let go. Like whatever it is, life places something in your hands. And one day you realize it wasn't just another experience. It was a key. See, here's the definition I want us to carry throughout this entire season, that a key is a lesson that permanently changes the way you move through life. Notice what I did not say. I didn't say information. See, information is everywhere. Information is potential power. See, we have more information than any generation before us. But information doesn't necessarily transform us. A key does. Because a key becomes part of who we are. See, let me show you what I mean. Two people can go through the exact same experience, the same heartbreak, the same layoff, the same disappointment. They can read the same book, listen to the same sermon, have the same conversation. And guess what? One person walks away bitter and the other person walks away wiser. What changed? See, the experience wasn't different. The lesson was. See, one person found the key and the other only remembered the pain. And maybe that's one of the reasons where we repeat certain seasons. Not because God is punishing us, but because there's still a key hidden inside of the experience that we haven't recognized yet. Now, here's where I want to take this a little deeper. And yes, I'm gonna go a little Bible today, because the Bible talks about keys. See, Jesus tells Peter, I will give you the keys of the kingdom. Not the doors, the keys. Now, where that is in scripture, I'm going to let you find it. See, we going after keys. We're doing some work. But see, every time we see keys in scripture, they represent something bigger than just a piece of metal. They represent authority, responsibility, stewardship, access, something entrusted. And I love the word entrusted because it reminds me that everything we're given is meant to be admired. See, some things are meant to be carried well. And here's something else that I've realized, that the same key doesn't unlock the same thing in every person's life. So let's just say the key is forgiveness. For one person, forgiveness unlocks freedom. For someone else, it unlocks compassion. For someone else, it might unlock courage to trust again. See, the key wasn't different. The heart posture was. And isn't that just beautiful? Because it means we can stop comparing our journeys. We can stop wondering why someone else's life opened in a different way than ours. We can stop trying to borrow someone else's key. Because your life isn't supposed to look like theirs. Your assignment is different. Your experiences are different. Your calling is different. So, of course, what God unlocks in you will be different. And I think that's where we've gotten stuck for so long. We've been trying to fit someone else's key into our lock. No wonder it never turned. See, heart seekers, can I tell you how this season is going to be different? And I'm not coming here every week to hand you another lesson. I'm not creating a checklist. This isn't going to be a curriculum, because I don't think that's how life works. Instead, every week we're going to look at an experience. Maybe it's disappointment. Maybe it's joy. Maybe it's waiting. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's fear, purpose, obedience. And together we're going to ask one simple question. What key has been hidden inside this experience? Because I have a feeling life has been handing us keys for years, and we just didn't recognize them. See, what if the greatest setback wasn't just a setback? What if there was a key inside of it? What if your biggest mistake wasn't just something to regret? What if there was a key inside of it? See, what if that conversation that changed everything, that season where you thought nothing was happening, that moment where you almost gave up, what if each one of those was quietly placing something in your hand that you would need one day? And that's why I love this journey, because human compliance has never been about becoming someone else. It's never been about conforming to someone else's map. It's about uncovering the truth that has been forming within you all along. And that's what we're doing this season. We're uncovering, we're paying attention, we're recognizing, we're slowing down long enough to see what has been there the entire time. Because I have a feeling you're carrying more than you realize. So before we leave today, I have one question for you. So what's the key? This week's key, recognition, because you cannot use what you refuse to recognize. And your homework is simple. Take out your journal, draw 2 columns. On the left side, write the experience. On the right, write the key. Don't write what happened. Write what stayed with you. Write what changed you. Write what you'll never see the same way again, because those are your keys. So heart seekers, welcome to season 4. I don't know everything we're going to uncover together, but I know this for sure. By the end of this season, my prayer isn't that you know more. My prayer is that you see yourself differently. That you stop chasing someone else's journey, that you stop looking for someone else's answer, and that you begin to recognize the incredible things God has already entrusted to you. Because once you recognize the keys you've always been carrying, you'll never walk through life the same again. So until next time, keep listening to your heart, and I'll meet you back here next week. Before you go, sit with this for a moment. Growth doesn't happen because we heard something inspiring. Growth happens when we become honest enough to examine how we're actually showing up in our lives. So take what resonated with you today, reflect on it, and decide what alignment looks like for you. And if this conversation helped you see something differently, share the episode with someone who might need it too. And if you want to stay connected, you can always find me at the Heart's Hello. Until next time, friend, keep choosing truth, keep doing the work, and keep saying hello to your heart.